Hey guys, it's Johanna. On my last video, I showed you guys all of my eyeshadow palette collection. That video was actually filmed about 3 months ago. So since then, I do actually have some more. So I thought I would just show you some of my newest products and the stuff that I got in my birthday haul recently. So check it out. So palette-wise, I have a total of 4 new palettes. 2 of them I have played around with a little bit. The other 2 I have not touched yet because they are brand new to me. So the first one is from Kaleidos, and it is the Kaleidos Club Nebula palette. And this is the collaboration palette with Angelica Nyquist, and I apologize, I'm not Swedish. I can't say the name very well, but she's one of my favorite YouTubers here. She is a big fan of really colorful looks. You can see why I picked this one up. This is the only thing that I have from Collidos aside from their multi-chrome highlighter, which I love. So I'm excited to try more stuff from this brand, but I'm just kind of waiting for them to release more big palettes like this. Their original one, I'm blanking on the name of it, but it's the same size as this, but it has a lot more oranges and pinks and purples. I did really like the look of that one, but it really didn't have anything that my collection didn't already have. So decided to hold out until something that I really loved released, and this was it. I know that the first release sold out really super fast, so I am glad that I got to get a hold of it when I did. So the next one, I've already seen some reviews on, which seem kind of mixed, which I'm not at all surprised by, and that is because it is the Melt MaryJane palette. And you can see the front of it is super gorgeous. They always kill their packaging. The words here where it says MaryJane, has like little confetti pieces that actually like move around when you shake it. And then if you're familiar with Melt, you're kind of aware this is the 3rd in their series of like weep theme palettes for $4.20. But here's what she looks like. She's definitely given me a little bit of trouble. And it seems like other people are saying the same thing about like the 2 shimmers on the end being difficult to work with. And I do agree. It kind of looks like, I don't know if you can tell, but this shade here almost acts like it has hard pan, which should not be the case considering it's brand new and I've only used it a couple times. But that said, it did look nice on the eyes once I actually got it on there. I did find that the best way to apply it was using a finger, which is definitely not everybody's cup of tea. I don't regret purchasing it because it did look really nice actually applied, but I definitely foresee it being kind of a pain in the butt to work with, as some other people have said about some of the other Melt palettes. So the rest of the shades seemed like they worked okay for the most part. It really did seem like it was mainly those kind of chunkier textured shadows on the ends, but no issues with the mattes, and some of the other shimmers were fine. So I don't know, we'll see how it does after I get a chance to play with it a little bit more. And then the next couple things, so this is from my birthday haul at Sephora, and that is the Natasha Denona Mini Love palette. And this is just the 3rd that I have from hers, of the little mini palettes. If you've never tried Natasha Denona, I definitely recommend getting one of the mini palettes and seeing how you like it before you splurge on a big one, since they are so expensive. But if it's anything like the other 2 that I own, I'm really excited for it. So, okay. And then last but not least, palette-wise, is another one which coincidentally I bought because of Angelica Nyquist. And this is the BH Cosmetics Blueberry Muffin palette. So this cute. I love the holographic writing. Blueberry Muffin. I think you can see why it's it's my aesthetic here. And the inside is absolutely gorgeous. Like this blue shade here, this Tempting shade, is so foily and pretty. I've only swatched this one. I haven't used it yet, but I think I'm going to go ahead and do a look on camera for it. That way you guys can see me test it out. And those are all of the palettes. And then I will go ahead and grab the rest of the stuff that I got recently from Ulta and Sephora, and I will show you that too, and I'll use as much as I can on my face. Okay, so I put my hair up with the little Hello Kitty bath towel headband thing, put primer on my eyes, and then just quick set them with like a nude colored shadow. And then I'm gonna go ahead and dive right in. I think I'm gonna start with putting the shade Delish into the crease and just kind of blending things out. That is a super cute color. Pastels can be kind of hard to formulate, so wow, I am really... That blended out really easily. I do have a few other palettes, or at least a couple other palettes, that have kind of a similar shade of blue in it. However, I think this one seems to be a softer, easier to blend formula. And specifically, I'm thinking of the Kat Von D Pastel Goth, although that honestly might just be the simple fact that it could be expired at this point. I'm not really sure. And then Color Pop. But I feel like the ones in the Color Pop that I have that are a similar tone are a little bit more chalky, whereas I feel like this seems to be building up a lot more easily. Oops, sorry. Not trying to block the camera. Yeah, it looks really nice. Then once I'm all done blending this into the crease, then I think I am gonna go ahead and deepen it up a little bit with Cheat Day, and then probably this So Good shade in the very like outer edges. So my camera cut out there for a second, but all I did was I just took the shade Delicious and then, or Delish, excuse me, and then just blended it out in the crease. And as you can see, it was really easy to work with. It's really pigmented for a pastel. I don't feel like it's chalky at all. Sometimes with pastels, they can get a little thin and chalky. Kind of like more like a watercolor effect, whereas I feel like this is a little bit more opaque. So that's nice. And then I'm gonna go ahead and deepen out the crease with this shade Cheat Day up here. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of that. And this is more of a kind of a lavender tone. Yeah, looks really good. Give it a little bit more depth. It's kind of subtle, but that's not a bad thing. Oh, I like that a lot. It's really pretty. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and switch brushes to something that's a little bit more denser, and then put this shade So Good in the very outer edges. Took me a second to find a brush here. All right, shade So Good. Look at that color. Matches my shirt. It's really cute. I'm just kind of like patting that on. Oh, that's really pretty. Oh, I like that a lot. All right, we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. I'm gonna take that same blending brush from before and just kind of blend out those edges here. This one. It's always my least favorite part, is kind of like blending out those edges. It's the worst. I think we're looking pretty good. And then next, I am actually gonna grab some Pixie Glow Mist to spritz my brush and just kind of dampen it up. That way when I use this pretty multi-chrome duochrome color, that it's nice and foily. So I'm gonna do that quick and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. I did grab another brush. However, I actually decided instead of using a dampened brush, I'm actually going to use a little bit of glitter primer. I find that the NYX glitter glue is just as good as any high-end one that you're gonna find. It's really cheap, something I pretty much always have on hand. So I'm just gonna apply a little bit of that kind of to the center of my lids. And then I'm going to go ahead and just actually pat it on with my finger, because I think that is going to be the easiest way to get that one to perform how I want it to. And you just need the tiniest bit with this glitter glue stuff. Don't need much at all. Okay. Now I'm going to go in. And that shade, again, is called Tempting. It's that shade right there. Oh, this is going to be so pretty. Oh, yes. I like that. Oh, that's really nice. Yay, I'm so happy with that. That is lovely. That's really nice. And I'm gonna keep the inner, kind of like the inner third there. I'm not gonna touch that quite yet because I think I'm gonna use another shade there. And you can see my terrible fingernails that I'm in the process of trying to stop biting them for like the 1000th time. So, but you know what? I'm not going to apologize for that. Some of us have compulsions. It's not fun. I'm working on it. So if you guys are nail biters out there, I feel for you. It sucks. Oh, it's so pretty. Yes. It's so metallic. Like, I'm really impressed with how metallic it is. All right, I think I'm going to go ahead and we will do a color on the that inner area as well. And for that, I think I'm gonna go ahead and do this kind of like bronzy color almost. This color right here, which is called Sweet. I'm gonna try to use my brush and see how it fares, but I think it's working okay. And actually, I think I'm gonna take this Sweet shade and kind of sweep it up that way. Make it a little bit more editorial looking. It's a Friday night. I'm home alone. I'm not doing anything after this. I can look as ridiculous as I want because it's all going to get washed off soon anyway. Okay. Now just doing the other side here. Needs a little bit more. That is really lovely. And I know that we're not done on the eyes. I do my makeup in kind of a weird order. So now that I've gotten most of the like powdery eyeshadow on, I'm not really concerned about having any fallout after this. So I will go ahead and do my base makeup quick, and then we'll finish off the eye look, and I'll grab some of my new highlighters and we'll play around and see where this look takes us. Okay, so I put on concealer, a little bit of powder, and then a little bit of bronzer. I think I'm gonna skip blush just because I have a lot of highlighter stuff to play around with and I'm not 100% sure what I'm gonna do yet. So for part of my birthday order, and by the way, I did not pay for this whole order. I actually was able to take advantage of $125 worth of Ulta rewards points, which is the most bang for your buck. So I was saving those points up for like the longest time. So I didn't pay for any of these, which is bomb. So we've got the Becca Moonstone. Since Becca's going out of business, I did go ahead and pick up Moonstone, Champagne Pop, and then I already owned Opal. So really those were kind of like the only three that I cared enough to purchase. That one's Champagne Pop. Everybody knows it. And then the last highlight that I got, I didn't think that I was going to be as excited or as enthusiastic about it until I saw it. And look at this. It is stunning. Like, the pictures that I have seen absolutely do not do it justice whatsoever. So I think what I'm gonna do is, since I've used Champagne Pop before, I think I'm going to use a little bit of the Moonstone, and then we're gonna top it off with this one. So we're just gonna go full glow into the gods over here. And generally speaking, I prefer this type of kind of like almost like a fluffy concealer type brush rather than a fan brush. It's kind of up to you if you want to absolutely not at all look natural. This is the kind of brush that you want to use. This one is from Real Techniques. They are like a super good drugstore brand. Okay. It's definitely more subtle than I was expecting. Not a bad thing, but yeah, I don't know. I figured that one would be a little bit more blinding than it is. But again, not complaining, especially since we're going to be topping her off. Okay, not mad at it. And then I'm gonna go ahead and take the So Lit highlighter, and we're gonna go over that as well. Oh yeah, I think that did it. We're much more popping now. All right, I'm gonna add a little bit more to this other side. Oh, that's so pretty. Although now I'm thinking that I could have used blush. I think I'll add a little bit of that on the, like right under the brow bone as well. It still feels incomplete. I'm not sure how I feel about that yet, but I did also pick up a couple different eyeliners. So I have a silver one from NYX, and then I have a gold one from NYX. And then I also had like kind of like a pewtery olive shade as well, but that doesn't really match what I'm looking for right now. So I think I might use both. I think I'm gonna do, yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of brighten up the very inner corner with the silver. And then I'm going to line the rest of the under eye with the gold. Just kind of brighten everything up. And I'm glad that this is actually like a true gold and not just like a yellow gold. Because I feel like a lot of the like gold eyeliners that I'm seeing like aren't as much of that like rich gold. Whereas I feel like this one really is more of that like true bronzy gold almost. Well, it's looking really nice. Okay, so I think in order to kind of bring that out a little bit more, I think I'm going to use this 350 shade right here and just kind of line my under eye area with that with a liner brush. So I've got this brush here. This is an E15 from Sigma, and it's just like a really flat lining brush. I really like it a lot. It's really precise. Okay. And this shade is called 350. I'm not a huge fan of using brown shadow, but it is a complementary color to blue, so I can see why it's in this palette here. Yeah, I think that'll look pretty good on the bottom lashes once I kind of do our mascara. So I'm going to quick pop some mascara on, and then we will do probably some winged liner and see what I can do to put the finishing touches. All right, I am back for the final time, and this is the finished look. I did decide not to put on top eyeliner just because that sounds like a lot of work, and I'm just gonna wash it off soon, but there we are. Put my hair back down, and then I decided just to lean into the brown in the eyeliner, so I went ahead and did kind of a brownie nude lipstick from NYX as well. but I am very happy with it. So again, that was the BH Cosmetics Blueberry Muffin Palette, and so far, I think it is a winner. All right, that's it for today. If there's anything else that you think of that you'd like to see me review out of the stuff that I already own, or if you have any questions or ideas, just let me know and I'll see what I can do.